Good morning, everybody. This is Michael Hollingsworth, your certified friendly drug testing technician. It's that season, guys. It's that season where everyone is being festive, everyone is hanging out. This is the Christmas season. This is the biggest season of the year, on top of Super Bowl season. And D.D.W.Drug testing services is here to help you make sure that you get home for the holidays, that you get home safe and you stay home. D.D.W.Drug testing services was established. I am the owner operator of D.D.W.Drug testing services. We were established 2012, November 26. We just had a birthday. Happy birthday to D.D.W.Drug testing services. But we're on this morning to help you out. D.D.W.Drug testing services has helped a lot of people keep their jobs due to negative drug testing, negative positive drug testing. DDW has helped a lot of people to stay out of prison, guys and women who were in halfway houses and they had to do some drug tests and the drug test came back positive. So positive, negative, negative, positive. We have helped a lot of people keep their jobs where they have had a DWI, a DUI, and they lost their job or subject to lose their job, lose their career due to a moment. So I'm on today as a licensed certified technician in breath and alcohol testing. This instrument here is called a Phoenix 6.0. This instrument here is what, not this particular instrument, but this instrument here has, this type of instrument has hurt a lot of people in their lives because they made an error. They were out hanging out with their friends, having one too many drinks, not thinking that they were impaired, and got drunk and got pulled over, and hence they were penalized with the breathalyzer. They went to court. They didn't know the rules. They didn't understand the policy. They didn't understand the procedures of being drug tested by the breath and alcohol, and a lot of people have lost their careers due to the fact that they were found guilty. Well, here's the thing. Let me give you a tip. When you get pulled over by the police, and this is legal, you can look this up. Everyone go to ChatGPT, you can look this up, okay? I've been in this business for 12 years now. So I consider myself a professional. So does the court system and any other legal establishment. When you get pulled over by the police and they ask you would you take a drug test, you can refuse to take a drug test, but you will have to use language. I'm not refusing. You can say, for example, they pull you over, they ask you, have you been drinking? If you say yes, if you say no, I haven't been drinking, then they will immediately give you a breathalyzer test, right? Immediately. So I'm walking you through the steps. But if you get pulled over and they ask you, have you been drinking? You say, yes, I have been drinking. I had a drink. Now, mind you, they got the camera on today. So this will be in your favor. Yes, I had a drink. If you admit that you had a drink, and they ask you how many drinks that you had, you say, I had 1 drink, 2 drinks. They will now, instead of immediately giving you the breathalyzer test, they will do the manual test, which would be the hand test, which, walk on a line, walk on a straight line, follow the finger. If you pass those 2 tests there, then they won't have to go to the breathalyzer test, okay? They will determine that you are coherent, that you're not impaired, you haven't been driving impaired, and if they're not being anal, he or she, the officer, will send you on your way. But if you say that you haven't been drinking and they smell alcohol in your breath, that immediately would give them the legal right to breathalyze you. Now, here's where it gets interesting. They breathalyze you, and legally, 0.20 is the legal amount to having your system of alcohol. Anything past 0.20 is illegal, and they will consider you as being impaired. But here's where it gets interesting. This instrument, not this particular one, but an instrument like this, the police have. You supposed to. So when you take a breathalyzer test and it comes back positive, by law they should give you 15 minutes. It's called 15 minutes, right? And you do a confirmation test. It's called a confirmation test. So they do the first test. If the test come back higher than 0.20, they're supposed to wait 15 minutes and then give you an additional test. It's called a confirmation test. And a confirmation test will confirm if or if not you are over the legal drinking rules and regulation of the DOT. They don't do that. They don't do that at all. They give you a test, and if the test comes back positive, the first test, they lock you up, and put you through the system and put you through the ringer. But here's the thing. You can ask an officer. You can ask an officer by law, hey, listen, this is language you can use. I am not refusing to take a breathalyzer test, but I need you to show me that your breathalyzer instrument is calibrated. I need you to prove to me that there's no ambience, which is air, liquid, inside the breathalyzer machine. Because if there's ambience in the machine is not going to work, and it's going to come back positive each time. So you need to learn the rules of the law when it comes to getting pulled over by the police and you're taking a breathalyzer test. This is very imperative. It's important to anyone that's behind the wheel, because it's their job to lock you up, right? You want to be smart, you want to be safe, you want to be responsible, when you're behind the wheel, because we are responsible for each other when you're behind the wheel. You're not just responsible for yourself. You have to think for every other driver when you're behind the wheel, so that you can get home safe and they can get to their destination safe. Again, D.D.W.Drug testing services. We have many services. We are a collection site where we collect urine specimens, hair specimens, blood specimens, nail specimens for drug testing, DNA, forensic DNA, genetic DNA. Check me out. Go on to the website, www.D.D.W.Drug testing services. We are here in Harlem, based in Harlem, open in Harlem. We've been at this location here for 12 years. If you have any issues, rather is genetics, you don't know if a child is yours and you're not sure if the child is yours, you can come to DDW, make an appointment. You can bring the child by law. You get permission from your spouse or your baby mama, your baby daddy, to find out if this child is yours. We send the specimen out to the lab, and within 24 to 48 hours, you will get your results. This is not a free service. I render services for a fee, but again, we have multiple services. So we, check D.D.W. Drug Testing Services out. We've been around for a while. I'm very proud of myself that I have helped a lot of people in their issues that they might have occurred. Again, staying out of jail, you have to be certified. These people have to be certified as a technician. And just because one is working at a at a halfway house, that doesn't mean that they were trained to use a instrument of this type or this kind. Even police officers, it doesn't mean that they are a police officer. They were trained to use the instrument. And even if they used it, right, they have to. This instrument has to be calibrated every 30 days. It has to be calibrated and logged in every 30 days. This is legal. I mean, this is the law, right? It has to be calibrated every 30 days, has to be logged in, so that when it's time to be audited, they can back up their findings. And a lot of police officers are not registered as a certified technician. They do not calibrate their instrument every 30 days. And a lot of times the instrument may have liquid in it, ambience in it. And it's a lot of false positives. So I want you guys to think twice, act once when you're behind the wheel this month and next month or any day that you're behind the wheel. Think smart, drive smart. But if not, and you get into trouble, contact D.D.W.Drug Testing Services. My email address is michael@D.D.W.Drug-Testing-Services.com. The website is D.D.W.Drug-Testing-Services.com. We're located in Harlem, 214 Lenox Avenue, Suite 1, second floor, New York, 10027. We are open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We only do appointments only. We only take cash. You get your results back within 24 to 40 hours by a certified scientist. We are just the collectors. We collect the specimens. Rather, again, it's your hair, it's your blood, it's your urine, it's your fingernails. And we send the specimen out to the certified laboratories to be tested. We do mobile testing, 24 hours mobile testing. You have to just call in, and wherever you are, we will come to collect your specimen and send a specimen out. But again, I came on this morning to converse with you guys about driving impaired, driving under influence. You need to know your rights. You need to ask the right questions. I'm going to be repetitive because I want you to get this right when it comes to getting pulled over and being asked to take a breathalyzer test. So police pull you over. They ask you, have you been drinking? If you say no, and they believe that they smell alcohol in your breath, they have the legal right to breathalyze you. They will not put you through the motions. They will just breathalyze you. If they pull you over and they smell alcohol in your breath and they ask you, were you drinking? And you say yes, they go, well, how many drinks have you had? If you say, I had one drink, what were you drinking? I was drinking wine. Then they are legally supposed to put you through the steps, which will be the finger test, follow my fingers, walk on a straight line, stand up on one leg, whatever else they may ask you. But then they aren't supposed to breathalyze you if they can see that you have passed those tests. If you get pulled over and they ask you, were you drinking, and you say you wasn't, then they're going to breathalyze you, and it goes to another level. So you need to understand the levels and the rules of getting breathalyzed. Okay? So you would say to police, I am not refusing a breathalyzer, but I need to ask you questions. Have your instrument been calibrated? When was the last time your instrument was calibrated? Do your instrument have any ambience in it? Are you certified as a technician to give me a breathalyzer test? These are things that you want to ask a police officer before it happens. It will be recorded on their chest, and you can use that in a court of law to fight if they do something illegal to you, if they violate your rights and your rules. So if you have any issues, you have any problems, contact D.D.W. Drug Testing Services. We are your friendly, certified, licensed technician. I know the rules and regulation of the Department of Transportation, Rules 44, Part 40, inside and out, and we can protect your rights. We can protect your job. We can prevent you from going back to prison or going to prison. We have multiple services. We also do drug assessments for those who, if you're on parole, if you're on probation, and your parole officer says that they need a drug assessment, because parole officers are not mental health agents. They're not licensed. But D.D.W. has partnered up with a company where they are mental health licensed. So you will come to D.D.W., your parole officer, probation officer will recommend you go to someone, and that will be myself, D.D.W., and you will get assessed, and for a fee, of course. So we do drug assessment. We have a drug assessment programs. We have counselors on deck to do drug testing, counseling, DNA, which is really, really important. DNA collection, genetic DNA collection, for forensic DNA collection. We have that. Drug urine test, rather, is urine, hair, nails, saliva. So we do all these services. We provide all these services locally, and we go through the tri-state area. So, I want you guys to drive safe, get to your destination safe. I understand this is the festive season, it's the holiday season, and you want to wind down with all the craziness that is occurring in this country, because everybody's going through something. There's no one that's not going through something, but you don't have to go to the bottle to, at least while you're in the streets, to, get your mind off things. If you do so, be responsible. But if not, and you have to come to D.D.W. Drug Testing Services, we will provide the best service that we can for you to help you solve your problems. Again, Michael Hollingsworth here, your friendly, certified, licensed drug technician. We're here to take care of you. So, check us out, keep us in mind, put us in your Rolodex. If you ever need the service, we are available 24 hours. Give us a call, 929-353-8231. You can email Michael at DDWDrugTestingServices.com. You can make appointments, and we can help you out. So thank you guys. Have a great day on December 4th, 2025. Happy holidays to you all. Be safe. Enjoy.